The patient in room 6B, I never thought working the night shift would bother me. I've been a nurse for 3 years now, and I've gotten used to the silence, the low hum of fluorescent lights, the steady rhythm of machines. But that was before I transferred to St. Augustine's Medical Center. It was an old hospital, most of it modernized, except for the East Wing. That part was sealed off years ago, they said. But when staffing was short, they sometimes reopened a few rooms for temporary use. I was assigned there on my very first week. The beginning. It was a stormy night. Rain hammered the windows and thunder rattled the halls. The power flickered once, twice, before the generator kicked in with a low, mechanical groan. Dr. Ellis, the attending physician, gave me a quick rundown. "You'll mostly just monitor vitals tonight, nothing heavy." Then his tone shifted, almost like he was warning me without saying the words outright. "If you hear anything strange in the East Wing, don't investigate alone. Call me first." I forced a laugh, thinking it was some kind of hazing ritual for new hires. But he didn't laugh back. The room. By midnight, most of my patients were asleep. I checked charts, adjusted IV lines, and let the storm fill the silence. That's when I saw it. Room 6B. The door stood slightly ajar, though I was certain it had been closed before. The light inside flickered faintly like a dying bulb. I checked my patient list. Room 6B wasn't even assigned. It was supposed to be empty. Still, as I passed, I swear I heard it. The sound of breathing, slow, labored, coming from inside. The note later, while organizing supply cabinets, I found a folded piece of paper wedged behind a drawer. The handwriting was shaky, almost frantic. It read, "If you're assigned to the East Wing, remember these rules. Do not acknowledge the patient in room 6B. If you hear him call your name, do not answer. Never turn your back if you're near that room. After 3:15 a.m., leave the East Wing immediately, no matter what." The note wasn't signed. I almost crumpled it and tossed it away. But the way the words were underlined, scratched deep into the paper, it didn't feel like a prank. The patient around 2:40 a.m., while charting vitals, I noticed something odd. One of the monitors, room 6B, was active. That shouldn't have been possible. I walked down the hallway, heart pounding louder with every step. The storm outside was deafening, but inside it felt too quiet. When I reached the door, the light was steady now, glowing pale yellow under the crack. I pushed it open. There he was. A man sat on the bed, hooked up to an IV that wasn't connected to anything. His hospital gown was stained, yellowed with age. His eyes, sunken dark, lifted to meet mine, and then he smiled. "Finally," he whispered. His voice cracked, as if unused for decades. "I was wondering when you'd come back." Escalation. I stumbled back, muttering that this room wasn't assigned, that he wasn't on my patient list. But he only tilted his head, smile widening unnaturally. "You always forget," he said. "But I remember you." The overhead lights flickered violently. The air turned heavy, and for a split second, I smelled rot, like spoiled meat and disinfectant mixed together. I ran. At the nurse's station, I tried to pull up patient records, but the system froze, screen glitching, then going black. Every monitor except room 6B's went dark. That one still showed vitals, pulse steady, respiration normal, as if he was a living patient. The whisper. At 3 a.m., as I tried to steady my hands with a cup of coffee, I heard it. "Sarah." My name. Drawn out, soft, echoing down the corridor. I froze. The voice came from room 6B. Rule number 2, do not answer. But the whisper grew louder, closer. Soon it sounded as though he was right behind me. I didn't turn around. The last warning. By 3:14 a.m., the storm had gone eerily silent. No rain, no thunder, just stillness. Then I saw it, scratched onto the desk in the East Wing's nurse station, nearly hidden under a stack of files. "Leave before 3:15. The second hand on the clock ticked forward. 3:14:58, 3:14:59, and then the cliffhanger. All the doors in the east wing slammed open at once. The lights cut out, leaving only the monitor glow from room 6B. I heard the slow drag of footsteps in the hall, moving toward me. When the emergency lights finally flickered back on, I saw him, the patient from room 6B, standing halfway down the corridor. No IV, no gown. His body, wrong, twisted, stretched, his smile wider than any human face should allow. And in his hand, he was holding a nurse's ID badge. My ID badge. But I never dropped it, and